Hello friends, this is the SunWoman. Welcome to my channel. I am your empathic astrologer and intuitive reader, and this reading is for the collective of Aries. So that would be Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed to my channel, and for my new subscribers, new viewers, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. So Spirit is asking me, before I do the reading, Spirit is asking me to speak to you about something that is particularly powerful placement, astrological placement for you. The planet Chiron, and I'm going to spell that C-H-I-R-O-N. So this is a planet that's, maybe not so well known in normal circles. Those who are astrologers or even astronomers are aware of Chiron. Chiron is a small planet, or kind of what astronomers call a planetoid, that was actually discovered in 1977. And although it's a newly discovered planet, it's actually proven to be a very powerful influence in individual astrological charts. So you can check out astrological transits, planetary transits, to see where Chiron is in your chart. And for my Aries people, it is in the sign of Aries. It moved into Aries on April 18th of this year, and it's going to remain in Aries until February 18th of 2019. Okay, now what does Chiron do? What is the energy of Chiron? Well, Chiron is known as the wounded healer. So what we understand about Chiron is that wherever it is, wherever it transits, or wherever it is in your natal chart, it acts to open up wounds from our past, from part of our lives, from our past incarnations, from our psyche, from our previous emotional connections, from our wounds, where we need to be healed. And wherever it touches, especially by a hard transit, so that would be a square or an opposition or even a conjunction, Chiron asks us to work on healing that part of our lives in this incarnation, okay? Often when Chiron is transiting, it can kind of make us feel weakened, or it challenges our sense of self, it challenges our ego, who we really are. As the transit progresses, we start to learn what exactly it is that's holding us back from really expressing who we are, okay? So, the me understanding and the self-expression and freedom of self-expression, all these things are challenged and brought up by a Chiron transit, okay? Sometimes we feel like we have to prove ourselves. We want self-respect, okay? We need to fight for self-respect. So why I'm mentioning this to you, as I said, is because Chiron is currently transiting through Aries. And so when you have a Chiron conjunct your sun, Chiron acts to really uncover our fears and our wounds as regarding our ego and our ultimate life path. When we have a Chiron transit, we discover our weaknesses, we discover our true identity. It brings up insecurities, fears, where we feel like we failed, and definitely unresolved issues about our purpose in life, why we're here on this earth. In a lot of cases, women who experience Chiron transits to their sun, or even a square opposition, are dealing with father issues, okay? Issues surrounding their fathers and how their fathers affected their identity, and then this carries over into adult relationships with men. So we're questioning our creativity, our self-expression, and even our independence, okay? So Spirit wants me to have you do your homework, for those of you who are Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and also anyone else who's cross-watching here who has Aries strong in their chart, other planetary placements, or all of us in general, to have your astrological chart, your natal chart done. This is something that I can do for you, so if you're interested in that, please do contact me on my site at my email address, and I can draw up a chart to show you exactly where Chiron was during your birth and where Chiron currently is located, in order to try and help you have an understanding of where the wounded warrior is trying to make you stronger and help you fight for your identity and your self-worth, your self-respect, and really identify who you are ultimately in this particular go-round, this lifetime. Okay? So that is the message about Chiron. I want to go ahead and, the planetary transits have been very, very strong and are going to be strong for this month. They are also mirroring in the cards. So, I'm getting a lot of the exact same energy that I'm getting from my astrological reads are just coming up as kind of an underline or an exclamation point in the tarot reading. All right. So let's go ahead and see what the message is for June in particular. Let me see what that card is that jumped out. High Priestess reversed, and the Ace of Cups reversed. Okay, so some of you, let me see if I can get this in the light. Some of you may be dealing with a love situation and not listening to your intuition. Often the High Priestess doesn't listen to her intuition because she doesn't really believe in her self-worth. She doesn't believe in herself. She doesn't trust her intuition. So trusting your intuition about love, about any issues that may be happening in love relationships, going to be important for you this month, Aries. The Venus, the planet of love, is transiting right now in Cancer until mid-June. So with that being a square to Chiron, there could be issues coming up with love, trust, issues with men in your life, whether you are male or female. So challenges with masculine energy. And there's definitely opportunity for healing with that once the sun moves into the sign of Cancer on June 21st. So definitely some of you may be dealing with issues, challenges with the men in your life where love is concerned. You may be dealing with someone who's trying to, where you feel like you can't truly express who you are, like you are suppressed in some way by that masculine energy, whether it's a partner, a spouse, or someone who's you've recently met. It could also manifest in professional situations where you have a boss or an authority figure who their energy is suppressing you in some way, and you feel like you need to break free in order to exercise your self-expression and really be who you are. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the cards are showing us here. Two of Wands reversed. So there may be decisions that need to be made where partnerships are concerned. There may be a partnership dissolving. We have, again, look what came up. The High Priestess came up again. So this is very, very important. With it crossing, it came up reversed just now when it jumped out the deck, but now it is crossing, which for me is as though it is reversed. It's coming up as an obstacle. So I'm telling you again, you need to listen to your higher mind, your intuition that's trying to speak to you and give you knowledge and understanding of a situation. Ace of Swords reversed at the base of the deck. There may be some lies, there may be some deceit, there may be manipulation that's going on. Some of you may be feeling powerless against an energy in your life, and you're not listening to that intuition that is telling you to make a decision and to make that you have to make a choice. Perhaps it's between freedom and being held back in a situation. Page of Pentacles in the recent past, we have that's earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So someone in your life could be an earth sign or influence. Some of you maybe have the influence of children in your life that are very significant right now. Or there may be control issues with you and a partner around a family or child issue. Knight of Swords reversed, crowning. So that energy is blocked. We'll talk about that. And we have the Chariot coming up in the near future, which is mid-month, June. Again, this is my favorite card in the deck. This came up from one of the other signs in the same placement. I'll try and think of that. Maybe some of you can help me out if you've seen that video. But that is a sign of victory, of control, gaining control over your circumstances, over whatever issue may be causing you difficulties or challenge or bringing up obstacles. There is a, this is a win, the Chariot, because you're controlling your temper, you're controlling your reactions, you're not letting people pull you out of your center. Also can be a travel card. We have the Tower, which is your perception of the situation, your thoughts right now, how you see yourself, how you see this situation. And that is the Tower, so there may be some unexpected developments, kind of your world being shaken by unexpected events. I'm definitely getting control issues here, so some of you may be dealing with someone who is kind of wielding this Ace of Swords in a very negative way, and I feel that some of you, my Aries, may be fighting. I'm getting fighting for your life, fighting for the life that you know, fighting for your freedom as well. And so a situation may come to pass in the month of June that is going to break things up, shake things up, and reorganize. A lot of you, I feel, are wanting this energy, wanting this Tower energy to kind of wipe the slate clean, okay, clear the deck so that you can start fresh. Four of Pentacles, four of crystals in this deck is Pentacles, so this rules other people in your life, external influences. There may be, again, control. Someone may be wanting to try and hold on to you, is what I get. Four of Pentacles is someone afraid of losing something or someone. So and look at this Four of Pentacles. Look at the face on this dude who's on this card. It's very intense. I don't really like his energy there. It's like he is either it's anger or it's frustration or it's kind of a dark energy in him where he's holding on so tightly, not wanting to let go, not even wanting to maybe not wanting to let you go, not wanting to let a situation go. So be wary of that energy. Six of Crystals is in your hopes and fears area, so that is hoping for a balanced and fair situation to develop here, to be resolved. You have the Starseed, which in this deck, and I'm using the Starchild Tarot, the Akashic version. Starseed is the Fool. The Fool is reversed, so there is fear of taking a risk, fear of making a change. The Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety related to that. And we have the Sun. I always put 3 cards in the outcome here because I like to kind of flesh out the the potential outcome. So the Sun is reversed. So some of you, I'm getting Leo energy, perhaps, and you may be worrying about taking a risk, maybe worried about making a change because you're not quite sure if you're going to be supported by the universe in this change, okay? That Two of Wands that's covering you is definitely a block. You needing to, it's kind of vital right now that you make a decision. And you may be procrastinating with that, as I said, because you're not trusting your intuition. You're not trusting what the universe is trying to tell you. At the base of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords reversed. So I feel that many of you are ready, poised, prepared, getting ready, making plans to release yourself from whatever this prison is, this self-imposed prison may be, whether it is emotional, psychological. I do feel, I'm just looking at here, we have 2 Pentacles, 1, 2, 3 Swords, actually 4, 1, 2, 3, 3 Pentacles, 3 Swords, 4 Swords. All right, so yeah, struggle, okay? Some struggle that you're dealing with to kind of make this change and take action between 2 potential options that you have. But I love, I'm drawn to the Chariot here, and the Chariot is a really strong indication for me that by mid-month you are going to start seeing some movement. Some of you may be traveling. I really think that this movement in your life is not only where your life path is concerned, but is also actual physical movement. So some of you may be taking a trip, moving from where you currently are. This situation represented by the Tower that may be happening as we speak may require you to kind of make that fast decision, because the Chariot is fast movement. It doesn't delay. Okay, so I'm definitely getting control issues around money, and the fear that you may have that you don't have enough power, or you don't have enough skill or abilities or talents to do it on your own, to do something on your own, to break free from whatever this is. But what I'm letting you know is that the Ace of Swords is coming up because you do possess that Ace of Swords. It's just a matter of you reversing it. It's a matter of you wielding it, okay? And breaking free, cutting free from whatever change that may have a hold on you right now, because the Eight of Swords here says you're ready to do that. I want to just pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, which I've been doing for all of the readings. Let's see if we can get another message here. So I just want to, I'm also going to pull some clarification cards from Tarot Everywhere. Let's see, for Aries. Aries Collective. What's the message here for Aries Collective? Message for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. What's the message here? Keep in mind everything that I said to you about Chiron, okay? All right. This bottom card, Observer. Okay, this message, this card has came up for someone else. So the Observer, I like the little fox because the little fox is making plans. The fox is cunning. He does things in a very careful way. He's a careful little predator. He is foxy. He is, you know, if you think about the fox in fables, you know, he can dress up in grandma's robe and bonnet in order to, you know, bring in his prey, you know. And Little Red Riding Hood, that's not the most wonderful story, but fairy tale, but you know, I want you to get the message that this is the energy that you may have to work with in the month of June. You may have to make plans or decisions kind of undercover. You may have to be that, and actually I'm thinking about Little Red Riding Hood is a wolf, but the same things, the same energy. It's kind of that undercover, cunning energy that this particular fox is, he's watching. What is he watching? Well, he's looking up into the heavens. He's observing something. So many of you may need to watch carefully for signs. Watch the people around you very carefully to see what their moves are going to be. When the High Priestess came up, and again, it came up twice here for you during this reading, the High Priestess is all-knowing, okay? She knows everything. She has the wisdom of the universe at her hands. She is the universe, okay? She embodies the universe. She doesn't have to take aggressive action in order to make things happen. She is the High Priestess. She's the sorceress. She is the manifester. She's the female magician. So she uses her will. She uses her intelligence. She uses the energy of the universe to manifest what it is that she needs in her life. So that energy often works undercover, or it works in the shadows. or it works in a very low-key manner. So we're not talking about aggressive action. We're not talking about pushing your way through or pushing to make a change happen. We're talking about knowing, a deep internal knowing who you are, Aries, knowing what your capabilities are, knowing what you want in this life, and knowing how to go about getting that. And the only way to know this is often to be alone with yourself. Okay, to find a way to allow yourself to hear yourself think. Okay, what is it that you are reflecting on? Who is it that you want to be when you grow up? Okay, and what steps need to be taken in order to free you to follow that path that the Chariot is giving you the opportunity to follow. Okay, now one card that I haven't mentioned here is the Knight of Swords reversed. A Knight of Swords is air energy, so there could be someone, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini in your life who is, it could be this person that I was mentioning to you that may have control issues, that may be wanting to hold you back or stop you from moving forward. This person could be jealous. They could be a very negative person, or manifest their energy in a negative way. The Knight of Swords is often very argumentative. This person generates conflict very easily. He or she doesn't really monitor his or her thoughts, what they say. They can be very biting, very critical. They like to stir things up. So as I mentioned to you, with Chiron aspecting Venus and then Cancer, there could be a male masculine energy in your life who is trying to stir things up. And this energy could be something that you've been dealing with that has got you feeling off center. Okay? Some of you, as I said, are delaying making a decision, or maybe delaying releasing yourself from this influence, this energy. But what may happen is that the Tower may come in, and there may be a situation that forces you to pull yourself out of this, forces you to cut ties, forces you to move away, get away, change, or cut this person off. So in delaying with the Two of Wands reversed to use your sword, that's Ace of Swords reversed, you are kind of leaving it in the hands of the universe to bring in a Tower moment for you. Okay? Now, what happens with the Tower? Well, the Tower comes in, the universe sends the Tower energy, Tower moments in our lives, when we are often complacent or fearful or procrastinating making that change and exercising our own will, our own, personal will, which is what Chiron, again, is forcing you to have to do. So since we don't do it, the universe, which loves us and adores us and is supportive to us and knows that we are blessings here from the Creator that are supposed to live a happy, healthy, balanced life and live abundantly, the universe will bring in a situation to shake you out of your complacency and force you to have to act or move or change or make a decision or cut people and situations out of your life. Okay? So this may be your Tower moment where right now you are observing to see what's going to happen next. But what I would say is, if you have the ability to actually step away from being that observer and using that High Priestess energy to guide yourself away, then that's better for me than the Tower energy coming in. Okay, because I'd rather have control over the changes that I make than the forces that be, the powers that be, as benevolent as they may be. I want to rule and guide my own path, my own journey, with the blessing of Spirit. And how I do that, and how we all should do that, is to tap into our higher mind, our higher perception. Okay? So, in the outcome here, you do have the star seed, as I mentioned, which is the Fool reversed. Fear of taking a risk, fear of starting new. Some of you may be afraid of a new beginning. You know, how am I going to do this? Maybe I'm too old to start again. Maybe I'm too set in my ways to start fresh. Or maybe I've never been out on my own. I've never been independent. You know, I don't quite know how to do this. Well, the Nine of Swords says these worries that you have, you know, you're surrounding yourself with worries and fears. And what are fears? So fears are faith in things that we don't want to happen. The Nine of Swords are not actual things. They are our inner fears, our thought processes, holding us back and keeping us up at night and losing sleep. Okay? So the Sun is here, which for me is just a wonderful way to end this. I want to see the Sun in the conclusion here, in the outcome. Whether it's right side up or reversed is fine, because the Sun is telling you that you have power for abundance, change, good things happening, blessings coming in, energy, vitality, good health, prosperity, you know, new beginnings, favor from the universe. But you are delaying it, and that's why it's upside down. You're delaying it with these terrible fears that have you controlled and have you, you know, afraid to jump off the cliff or to make that change or to start out on a new journey, which is what the Fool does. Remember, in the tarot, the Fool is not the number 1 card. The Fool is the 0 card. Okay? So for 0, there is no past. There is no future. There's only present. You have the ability to wipe the slate clean and create a new beginning. But you have to take that step. So my advice to you is, if you tap into your higher mind and you have promptings and you have intuitions and you see signs and you see synchronicities all over the place that align themselves with what your true path is, what your true wishes and desires are, follow those signs. Act on those synchronicities, okay, whatever they may be. Trust your intuition, Aries, okay, because the universe is not going to steer you wrong if what you perceive aligns with who you are, okay? Let me just see, I want to, with the Page of Crystals in the past, I feel like some of you have received a recent offer. This could be an offer of support. It could be a new job offer. It could be some kind of funding, you know, maybe a scholarship or a, let me see it. It could be a loan, some kind of financial gift, support, or maybe news coming through, good news, a bank loan, seed money. Some of you may have decided to go back to school recently, or are pursuing a degree or gaining new training, new education, and that could be the power, the seed. That could be the seed that is going to grow you toward this chariot energy, this new beginning, and move you very quickly if you act on that and follow that path, okay, and not let whoever this controlling Knight of Swords energy is to get in your way. Okay, they've got to go their own way. They've got to go their own path. They have their own fears and insecurities that they have to deal with. That's not your problem. You didn't create that. Okay, so let's see. I want to see what the Chariot energy is. What is this Chariot that's coming through? 3 cards. All right, 1. Okay, so you're blind right now to make a decision, or you will be blindfolding yourself to make a final decision. Wow, look at that. Look who this is. The Knight of Swords came up again. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And with the Two of Swords there, you're delaying making that decision to free yourself. Let's see what the next card is. Okay, I grabbed 2. Oh my goodness. So look at what you have here. You have the Fool and you have the Death card. Okay, and of course Death card is transformation. So what this says to me is that you are currently allowing yourself to be blindfolded, but once you release yourself from that blindfold and take decisive action, which may not be easy, there may be struggle, there may be heartache, there may be pain, but you have this Ace of Swords that is going to give you the ability to make a decision, make a choice. And once you do that, about this Knight of Swords energy, new beginning, the Fool card coming up again. So that Fool was in the outcome there, reversed, but here is the Fool telling you to take a leap of faith, jump off that cliff, start something new. Don't be afraid to take this journey away from whatever energy is trying to hold you back. And in doing that, you will bring to an end perhaps a period of struggle, indecision, heartache, and start fresh, brand new. Okay, fresh and new from zero. You see what this says? I don't know if you can read that. It says time expired. Okay, what else does this say? 60-minute time limit. Time expired. Okay, so for some of you, the number 60 could be significant. Maybe that's an age. 60-minute time limit. Okay, the number 25 could be significant. Or 525. Okay, but time has expired on whatever this relationship is, possibly. Okay, and it's time for it to be over and for you to let that thing pass away and start fresh. And that is what's going to bring you to this Chariot moment. Okay, my dear Aries, so thank you so much. I hope that this reading has been helpful to you, has resonated for you, given you some insight. Thank you again for joining me on my channel. If you like this video, please like it and share it, or if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. I wish you all good things. If you would like a private reading, please contact me at my website. You can also reach me on my email, thesunwoman, the number 15 at gmail.com, thesunwoman15 at gmail.com. Thank you again. I wish you all good things, love, peace, and joy, and I bid you namaste.